Think about this. A teen dancing in her room with her phone in her hand in a strange way. She has no idea that her 15-second film will become famous all over the world. Within days, millions of people all over the world, from the busy streets of New York to the peaceful temples of Kyoto, were copying her moves. This is not just another internet craze. It's the start of a big change in culture, for example. What makes a simple app for sharing videos into a worldwide hit that can change politics, businesses, and social norms? The answer lies in TikTok's rapid rise. This platform has captured the attention of Gen Z and more, turning into a digital stage for art, politics, and business. Yet, as TikTok's popularity grows, so do the questions that people have about it. Is this app just a fun way to pass the time? Or is it a Trojan horse that will steal your information? Is TikTok the start of a new era in social media? Or is it just another short-lived trend in a world that is always changing? We'll learn about the forces that are driving TikTok's growth, the problems it faces, and the huge effects it's having on society around the world. Prepare to discover the platform that is changing more than just how we move in the 21st century. It's also changing how we connect, make, and consume. As we look at how TikTok has changed technology and society, we find that it started a digital shift in 2016. What began as a simple app for lip syncing has grown into a global hub for making and watching content. With over 2 billion downloads, TikTok was the most popular app in the world by 2020. There have been problems with this quick rise. India stopped TikTok in 2020 because they were worried about national security. This instantly affected 200 million users. The US then threatened to ban it, which led to heated arguments about data privacy and how to deal with other countries in the digital age. Even with these problems, TikTok's impact on society keeps growing. The platform is no longer just about dance styles. It's now a strong way to fight for social and political change. During the 2020 Black Lives Matter movement, there was a lot of material about protests. Hashtags like #BlackLivesMatter got billions of views. The TikTok system, which is driven by powerful AI, has changed the way people find material. TikTok's For You page doesn't depend on the number of followers as much as other platforms do, which means that unknown artists can go popular quickly. This opening up of material to everyone has given voice to underrepresented groups and specific hobbies, which has changed the way our culture looks. But as TikTok keeps changing, people are starting to wonder how it will affect people's mental health, attention spans, and even the way people talk to each other in the future. As we watch, are we seeing the start of a new way to communicate online, or are old-fashioned social ties breaking down? As we learn more about TikTok's history, our attention turns to two important issues of our digital age: privacy and safety. To settle a class action case in the US over claimed privacy violations in 2021, TikTok had to pay $92 million. This was a turning point for the company. This event changed how social media sites handle information about their users. TikTok responded quickly and in a big way. By the beginning of 2022, the platform had added a number of openness features, such as a new data center in Europe to store user data there. This move was made because of rising worries that data could be viewed by people in other countries, but the argument got stronger. In March 2023, the US government told ByteDance, which owns TikTok, that it had to sell its shares in the app or risk being banned across the whole country. This threat showed how complicated the relationships are between privacy, national security, and global digital trades. Because of these problems, TikTok added more private features for its users. Users had more power over their data and material choices when the TikTok Pulse program came out in late 2023. Still, there were questions. Can any site really protect user privacy in a time when personal data is the new currency? And how do we find a balance between the pros of personalized content and the cons of people abusing our data? As TikTok deals with the complicated issues of privacy, another important story is told: the conflict between new ideas and rules. This fight reached a peak in early 2024 when TikTok released its new Reality Blend feature, which let users add virtual reality elements to their videos without any problems. While Reality Blends pushed the limits of what was possible in art, it also made officials very nervous. By June 2024, the European Union had passed the Digital Material Authenticity Act, which said that material that used AI had to have a clear mark on it. TikTok was at a crossroads because it had to balance its desire to be new with its need to follow new rules. The platform's answer was a great example of how to be flexible. Creator Responsibility Initiative, a program created by TikTok in September 2024, teaches users how to make content in an ethical way and use AI tools in a smart way. This proactive approach helped ease governmental stresses while keeping the platform's cutting edge in terms of new ideas, but there was still a lot of talk. As TikTok kept pushing the limits of technology, people started to wonder what these new ideas would mean for society in the long run. How can we encourage creativity and growth while keeping people safe and society stable? It looked like the answer was to find a fine line between the freedom to experiment and the duty to control. As time went on, TikTok's culture impact grew, changing social norms and starting talks around the world. The platform's #Global Voices promotion in early 2025 showed different ethnic expressions and got over 10 billion views in just 1 month. This project not only praised different cultures, but it also questioned the stories that are usually told in the media. Most noticeable was how TikTok changed language. Linguists said that by the middle of 2025, TikTok Speak, a unique mix of internet slang and platform-specific words, had crept into daily talks between people of all ages. In its 2025 version, the Oxford English Dictionary even added a few words that came from TikTok. The site had an impact on more than just entertainment. TikTok's #ClimateAction Dare led to 50 million user-made films during the 2026 Global Climate Meeting. This made younger people much more aware of environmental problems. This showed that the site could bring people from all over the world together to support important social issues. But TikTok's control over culture also caused worry. Some people said that the platform's algorithm-based content finding was making echo chambers and making cultures around the world more similar. As TikTok trends affected more and more areas of culture, including fashion, music, and even politics, people began to wonder what the long-term effects would be of one platform having such a huge impact on culture. The argument got heated. Was TikTok making cultural speech more open to everyone, or was it just making a new kind of cultural hegemony? As the digital world changed, TikTok had to adapt and stay alive in ways that had never been seen before. Holosphere, a new rival that came out in late 2026, let people make realistic hologram material. Holosphere took 20% of TikTok's market share in just 6 months, causing TikTok to come up with new ideas quickly or risk becoming outdated. TikTok's answer was quick and brave. TikTok Dimensions, a function that let people make and share 3D content without special tools, came out in March 2027. This move not only made up for lost time, but it also gave people new ways to be creative. The app could change more than just its features. In November 2027, there was a global internet outage that stopped all online services for 48 hours. TikTok quickly added an offline mode so users could still make videos and put them in a list to be uploaded when they could join again. This toughness made users more loyal and showed how flexible TikTok is in tough situations, but adapting came with its own problems. As TikTok added more advanced technologies, it came under more and more scrutiny for how it used data and protected users' privacy. The site had to keep finding a mix between new ideas, following the rules, and building trust among users. The internet world was more intense than ever by the beginning of 2028. In the world of technology, TikTok's story taught us a very important lesson. To stay alive, you need to be able to change quickly while keeping user trust and interest. As we come to the end of our trip through TikTok's history, we are left with a deep realization. The digital world is not only changing, it's revolutionizing how we connect, create, and see the world around us. The story of TikTok is more than just the rise of an app. It shows how quickly technology is changing our society and how it has affected many areas. TikTok shows how complicated the relationship is between technology and people, from worries about privacy to changes in culture, from problems with the law to new ideas. It makes us think, how can we find a balance between new ideas and being responsible? What can we do to protect free speech while also promoting understanding around the world? Always keep in mind that platforms like TikTok are more than just tools. They have the power to change our future as a whole. Our global community is affected by every film made, every trend that follows, and every law that is put in place today. As you leave today, think about what you can do to help this digital environment. By what means will you help create a digital world that is both new and moral, fun and important? In other words, the power is right at your fingers. When you open TikTok the next time, keep this in mind. You're not just watching videos. You're also taking part in the ongoing story of how technology is changing us.